Glad to see you all today. Glad you all could come. Tonight's class is chair as a prop class. We'll be doing some poses seated. We'll also be doing some standing, but using the chair. And we'll be doing some balance postures. So we will be getting up and moving the chair at different times. Why the chair, you might ask? It's more accessible. It makes yoga more accessible to a wider variety of people. Just recently, one of you had a knee injury. Some of these postures you might have been able to do on the chair so that you weren't putting, your knees down where it was tender, but you could approximate that posture in a chair. So aging, the injured, people with physical limitations, and it can also help regular yogis, not the aging yogis, not the injured, help them progress and perfect their postures. It also adds some variety and creativity into yoga. So go ahead and sit back in your chair, nice and comfortable. Close your eyes. Let the noise of the days behind and before you become silent as you bring your focus to your body and your breath. The inhale and the exhale. Think of a positive word, maybe confident, strong, powerful, anything that comes to mind. Make it an intention to help you center yourself tonight, to be mindful of your practice right here, right now, and throughout the entire practice. Go ahead and open your eyes. Come to the edge of your chair so that you're comfortably on your chair, but just near the edge. Back is up straight and tall. Take your right ear to your right shoulder and inhale. And as you exhale, bring your left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Take your hands to your knees, round your back, chin to the chest. Inhale, open up like a cat position with your chin upward, chest forward. Exhale to cat, rolling your pelvis under, arching your back, chin to the chest. Inhale one more time with the cow. And exhale with the cat. And then sitting up straight and tall, let your arms hang by your sides and roll your shoulders back slowly. And then switch direction. Very nice. Extend your right leg, flexing your foot, and slowly walk your hands down that leg. You're bringing your ribs to your thigh, keeping a slight bend in the knee. And slowly walking your hands back up the leg. Bend the knee, bring that foot back, extend the left leg this time. Sitting up straight and tall, slowly walk your hands down. A slight bend in the knee, no stress, no strain. Breathing evenly in and out through the mouth. And walk your hands back up the leg. Extend both legs this time. Inhale, fan your arms up, palms touch. And exhale, folding forward. Ribs to the thighs. And walk your hands up your legs. Take your feet a little bit more than shoulder width distance apart. And slowly bend forward and forward. See if you can touch down to the ground. If you can't, that's fine as well. You can just hang. I want you to inhale and take your left hand on the left knee. And on your exhale, tuck your pelvis, do your mula bandha, and twist open to the left. And if you would like to, extend the arms straight up overhead. And then lower the arm back down, both palms down on the mat. Good. Inhale and take your right hand onto your right knee. And as you exhale, tuck your pelvis and turn your twist to the right. And perhaps take that arm up, straight up to the sky, gazing up over the shoulder, up to the fingertips. And lower the arm down. One hand at a time, come up to the knees, rounding the back. Slowly rise up. Good. And feet are shoulder width distance apart on the floor. Extend your right leg, flex your foot. And then point your toes. And then bending the knee, bring that ankle across the left foot. In your figure four, take your mind and tell your body to press that knee downward. This may be your figure four tonight, or you can come up on your toes, deepen the stretch a little bit. And if you want to deepen that stretch even more, lean forward over your figure four, perhaps letting the arms hang down front. And slowly coming back up. Bring that foot back down to the floor. Extend your left leg and flex your foot. And point your toes. And bending the knee, bring the left ankle across the right knee. Press down. Feel that hip open. Good. Very nice. This may be your figure four. This may be enough for you this evening. Or you may want to try lifting up onto your toes. Deepens the stretch just a little. Or perhaps leaning forward. And hanging over top of your figure four. In the stretch a little bit more. And slowly rounding your back, come back up. Bring your foot back down to the mat and bring your legs out wide. Hands on the hips if you need to adjust in the chair to make sure you have a firm base of support, do so. Toes are facing outward about 45 degrees. Back is up straight and tall. Dip your left shoulder forward, pressing your left hand into the left knee, and then look over your right shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling evenly through the nose. And then come back to center. Dip your right shoulder forward this time, pressing your right hand in towards your right knee, and then turn and look over your left shoulder. And then coming back to center. Turn your right toes out to the side and turn your left toes under, so your right thigh is going to be on the chair. Your left thigh is not. Your left thigh will be in front. Hips are facing the right. So you're on your back toes. Good. And you're kind of in a lunge. Good. Okay. Take your left hip and press it forward while you bring your right hip back so that your hips are facing the right side. Good. And then swing your arms straight up overhead. Take your gaze up to your fingertips. So we are in our crescent pose here. Notice the hips in the crescent pose are facing forward. Back heel turns down and comes down to the mat. Arms come down to warrior two pose. You're going to see a change in the hips here. So you're going to press your left hip back and your right hip forward so that your hips are facing the camera, facing front. Good. And look over your front arm. Perhaps pull back a little with the back arm. Straighten yourself out if you're leaning, find yourself leaning forward here. So here we are in our warrior two posture. Look down and make sure that your knee is in line with your second and third toe. Good. Hips are facing forward, shoulders are down. Arms are strong, but shoulders are down. Think about bringing your scapula together. Very nice. Drop your back arm, flip your front hand, and then arc back into a reverse warrior. Very nice. Looking up at the hand. And then coming back to your warrior two. Looking over your front arm. Very nice. And we're going to come back onto our back toes. Shift your hips forward, swing your arm down and up, back into your crescent pose. Gazing up at your fingertips, perhaps arching a little back. Very nice. And the hand closest to your chair comes down to the top of the chair. Good. And we're going to swing the other leg around so that both of our knees are together on the right side of the chair. Okay, good. And you're going to twist and turn toward the back of the chair just a little. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, tilt your pelvis, do your Mula Bandha, and give it a deeper twist, looking over your back shoulder. Hopefully you could tell that when you tucked your pelvis and did your Mula Bandha, it gave you a little bit more range of motion in the spine, in your spine. Good, and coming to sit back to the front. We're going to do that same sequence on the other side. So take your left foot out, pointing to the left, toes pointing to the left. Your left thigh is supported fully by the chair. Your right foot extends back. You're in the balls of the foot, ball of the toes, ball of the foot, ball of the foot. Yes. Your right hip comes forward. Your left hip comes back so that both hips are parallel and facing the left side. Back is up straight and tall. Pelvis is slightly tucked. Inhale and lift your arms up, gazing up at the fingertips. Perhaps arching back a little bit in your crescent pose. Breathing evenly in and out through the nose. Moving into our warrior two, the back heel comes down. Arms lower down into a T shape, perhaps coming back a little bit with the back arm so that you're not leaning forward in your warrior two. Good. Shoulders are down, arms are strong, and your hips are facing the camera. You all look great. I like the smile. The smile adds a lot to the pose. Looking forward over the front fingertips in your warrior two. And then drop your lower arm, your back arm, sorry. Flip your front hand and arc your arm back, arching. Reverse warrior. Very nice reverse warriors, looking up at your fingers. Coming back to your warrior two pose, looking over your front arm. And then come up onto your back toes, shift your hips so that they're facing the left side, swoop your front arm down and up, coming back to your crescent pose. Arm closest to the chair, hand comes down to grab the top of the chair. Swing your right leg to meet your left on the side, so your knees are facing the left. Drop both hands down, twisting the torso to face the back of the chair just ever so slightly. Close your eyes, take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, tuck your pelvis, Mula Bandha, and twist that torso a little bit more. Looking over your back shoulder. And inhaling and exhaling evenly. Good, and now coming back to face the front, we're actually going to move our chair this time. So take your chair, and the chair should face inward from the edge of your mat. Can everybody see how I have my chair positioned? Very nice. And we're going to position ourselves so that our hands are on the corner edges of the chair. And we're almost like in a tabletop position that we usually do on our knees when we're kneeling, but we're not kneeling. Good, very nice. Okay, and then sit back, bring your behind back, lift your arms up, fan up to mountain pose, palms touch. Exhale to forward fold, touching the edges of the chair. And then bending the elbows and leaning down into your forward fold. So hold your forward fold here. You can choose to keep the edges of the chair here, or if you'd like to drop into your freestanding forward fold, whichever one you prefer. You can rock it a little bit side to side for our first true forward fold today. Hands back to reach the edges of the chair. Lift your body up into your extended forward fold, looking forward. Good. And then step back into a plank position. You can choose to stay in a plank or lower to chaturanga. Good. And then inhale to up dog by bringing your hips toward the chair, extending your arms, arching back. Good. This is our up dog. And And then to down dog, lifting the hips, lowering the heels, and pushing back, stretching those arms. Now step forward with the right foot into a lunge. Back heel turns in and down. Look at the alignment. Make sure that your knee is in line with your second and third toe here, not shifted one way or the other. And pressing into that front foot and the back of the back foot. Lift your arms up into warrior one. Lower your hands down to the edges of the chair. Good. Extend the front leg. Cock your back hip back. And open up with the with the left arm. Straight up, you're in a triangle pose. Hips are facing the side. And stacked one on top of the other here in your triangle pose. Good. Lower the hand. Shift your hips so that they're facing the chair, parallel and facing the edges of the chair. Good. And instead of twisting from your hips, twist the opposite direction from your torso. So this is called a revolved triangle pose. Okay, your front leg is not bent. It's not in a lunge position. It's extended, unless you feel the need to bend it. Good. Arm comes back down to the chair. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Stepping forward with the left leg this time into a lunge. Back heel turns in and comes down. Look at your front knee. Make sure it is right on top of your ankle and that your knee is in line with your second and third toe. Press through the front foot, lift up into warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the edges of the chair. Extend the front leg. Cock the back hip back, so you're really stretching that front leg. Open up towards the camera, open up the chest. Oh, I'm sorry for you guys. I guess it's the opposite direction. Good. Very nice. It's our triangle position. Lower the extended arm down back to the chair. Switch your hips so that they're both facing the chair, parallel to the chair, and twist from the spine, not the hips, in the opposite direction. So you're doing a revolved triangle pose here. And lower the hand, left hand down to the corner. Step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Slowly walk your feet forward to your tabletop position. Inhale, extended forward fold. Exhale to forward fold. And then letting your hands go. Stand up to mountain pose. Palms touch, gazing up at the fingertips. Exhale, hands through heart center. And down to Samasthiti. All right, I think we have enough time for all of this. Okay, let's go through that same sequence one time at tempo. So inhale, fan your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold, touching the chair corners. Inhale, half a lift to extended forward fold. Step back to plank, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Step forward right, turn your back heel down, lift up to warrior one. Exhale, lower your hands down to the chair. Inhale, extend the front leg, and then open up to triangle pose. Exhale, lower the hand down to the chair. Inhale, shift your hips forward and do a revolve triangle on the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the hand down to the chair. Step back to plank and inhale. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Step forward with the left foot into a lunge, back heel down, and lift up into warrior one. Exhale, lower your hands down to the chair. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, twist open to your triangle pose. Hips are facing the side. Good. Exhale, lower your hand back down to the chair. Shift your hips so that they're facing forward, twisting from the spine in the opposite direction. And our revolved triangle. Both hands down to the chair, step back, inhale and plank. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. And walk your feet up so that you're in your tabletop position. Inhale, extended forward fold. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, fan your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands down through heart center, down to Samasthiti. Nice. And then we're going to turn our chairs. Actually, leave your chair. Leave your chair. We got one more posture I want to do here. All right. So you're back to your tabletop position. You want to make sure that your shoulders are directly over of your, your hands are directly beneath your shoulders. And your feet are shoulder width distance apart. Lift your right leg, keeping your hips facing downward. Foot is flexed. And placing the weight into your left hand, extend your right arm up towards the sky, stacking your hips. Good. This is a very difficult pose. If you teeter and totter, that's perfectly fine. It's your body learning. Good. Press through that hand, lifting the top arm so that it's almost like somebody's pulling you up towards the sky. Good. Lower the arm down, lower the foot down, and let's try that on the other side. So you're pressing your weight into your right foot, lifting your left leg, keeping your hips parallel at this point. Then placing the weight into your right hand, extend your left arm up, hips stack one on top of the other, back foot is flexed. If you can, gaze up at the fingertips, pressing through your palm and lifting the other arm towards the sky. Good, that is our half moon pose. Good, lower the arm, lower the foot, and then fan your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center and down to Samasthiti. Now I want you to take your chair and just turn it around. Right where it is, just turn it around. And he's got the big chair. Very nice. Okay, so the leg closest to your chair now is going to be your standing leg. We're going to do a few balance postures. So hand is on the top of the chair. Lift your left knee in towards the chest. Standing straight and tall. Practice tucking your pelvis here. Good. No hips jutting out to the side. Hip is tucked. Good. Very nice. And bending the knee that you're standing on just a little bit. See if you can grab the ankle of the left foot. Place it against the other leg, whether it's up at the thigh or lower if you need it to be lower. Good. And press with equal pressure your right leg against your left foot. All right, so they're pressing against each other. Left arm lifts into your tree pose. Very nice. Good tree poses. Good deal. Good. And then the left knee turns forward. Take your left ankle across the right knee, and you're going to sit back into a figure 4 posture here. Try lifting the toes that you're standing on and sitting back into it. Good. Very nice. You guys are doing a great job. Now take your peace fingers with your left hand and place them around your big toe. Good. Try lifting up. Very nice. All right, just do the best you can. Good. And then the left knee lifts up and the left heel goes down. Good. And see if you can press that leg forward. It doesn't have to be straight. It does not have to be straight. Good job. Good. And then letting the toes go, bend that knee again, the left knee, arm straight up, left arm straight up. And we are going to hinge into our warrior 3 pose. And you're really going to focus on making the limbs as long as you can here, really stretching. Good. And your left foot lowers down behind your right foot. So you're going to cross at the ankles. Take your left hand onto your left thigh and slide down as far as you can. Stop where you're feeling any stress or strain here. And step your left foot so that your feet are shoulder width distance apart. Inhale, fan your arms up, palms touch, gazing up at your fingertips. Exhale, hands through heart center. And down to Samasthiti. Good. Now take your chair and flip it around to the other side. And we'll do the same thing with the other standing leg. Jenny's getting her workout. Good. Very nice. All right. Good. So left foot is rooted. Take your right knee and lift. Good. Right arm straight up. And a slight bend in the left knee. Reach down. Grab the ankle of the right foot. Place it wherever you can comfortably up against your left thigh and press with equal force your left thigh against your right foot. And if you have slippery, ill-fitting tights, you might have some trouble. Good. Right arm lifts up at an angle. Very nice. And our tree pose, if you want to go ahead and take the other hand up, feel free. Otherwise, it's right here. It's a great way to practice your balance postures to have a chair nearby. Good. Knee comes forward and then let it float. Bring that foot across the opposite knee, your figure 4. Good. And bend forward into your figure 4 pose. Arm stretches forward. Good. See if you can lift the toes that you're standing on from the foot you're standing on. Makes you sit back a little bit more in your figure 4. Very nice. Take your peace fingers. See if you can wrap them around your big toe. Possibly lift up. All right. Now the right knee tips up while your right heel tips down. See if you can press forward. Doesn't have to be straight. Slight bend. You can be up here. You can be here. Anywhere. Anywhere is good. Your practice, your body. Good. Very nice. And then bending the knee again. Let go of the toe. Knee is up straight and tall. Right arm comes back up nice and tall. And then bending forward, kick back into your warrior three, stretching as far as you can. Very nice, making yourself as long as you can be. And then right foot drops down and crosses behind the left. Good. Take your right hand to the top of your thigh and slowly lower yourself down. If you can, place the hands down in front of you or keep a hold of the chair, either way. And stepping your right foot back so that your feet are shoulder width distance apart underneath you. Inhale, fan your arms up, palms touch, gazing up at the fingertips. Exhale, hands through heart center. And down to Samasthiti. Good. And now facing your chair, grab the top of your chair and walk yourself back as far as you can, giving your arms a really big stretch. And go ahead and let your head hang between the arms. Think of this as your standing child's pose. Or you can even get a deeper stretch in the shoulders because there's no mat, there's no floor stopping your head. Good. And now lift, stepping forward towards your chair. Toes out to the edges of your mat, or a little bit more than shoulder width distance apart if you're not using your mat. Tuck your pelvis under a little bit and bending at the knees, sit down into your yoga squat, using the chair to help you adjust, maybe adjusting the feet if you need to. The goal of your yoga squat is to get that tailbone under. Keeping the chest up. Let go of the chair if and when you feel sturdy in your yoga squat. Chest is lifted. Very nice. Use the chair and the floor if you need to help yourself lift up out of your squat. Good. And we're going to take your chair back to the starting position behind your mat. And I want you to sit all the way back into your chair. Okay? All right. And I want you to slide your bum forward. Shoulders are still back against the chair so that you're giving yourself the full length. Extend your arms over your head. So it's just like you're laying down at this point. You have the back of the chair, your shoulders are rested there, and your bum is on the chair. Very nice. And take a nice inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your right knee into the chest and hold your knee. Very nice. Open that knee out to the side. And then bring that knee across and look over your right shoulder. All right, and bring that leg to the floor, both arms up overhead. Inhale, look back towards your fingertips. And as you exhale, bring the left knee into the chest this time. Open your knee out to the side. And then bring that knee across. Look over your left shoulder. Good. And then lower the leg, grab either side of the chair and right yourself. Okay. Feet are shoulder width distance apart. Pressing into the chair, I want you to lift your hips out of the chair, arch up. Good. And look back behind you. And reverse tabletop here. And then lower your bum back to the chair. Extend legs out in front of you so they're straight here, and press and lift your hips again. Nice pop, Lewis. And lower your bum down. Sitting up straight, bring the legs about a little bit more than shoulder width distance apart. And I want you to just slowly lean forward. Stopping where you feel any stress or strain. Maybe close your eyes a little bit. Let yourself drift. And perhaps just letting your arms hang and your head hang. If you can, take your hands underneath of your feet, wrapping around the outer edges. And think of this as your happy baby pose. And then take your hands out from under your feet. Place your hands on your knees, rounding your back. Just slowly roll it up. And we'll get ready for our Shavasana tonight. It is your choice if you want to do a seated Shavasana, so just sitting back into your chair and closing your eyes, or you can do it laying down. My initial intention was that part of this class was that you are not getting down on the floor. So for people that have trouble getting up and down from the floor, this is an alternative. However, if you are happier laying down on the floor in your Shavasana, by all means, your practice. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my camera for a moment and get my Shavasana reading. So make yourself as comfortable as you can, laying down or sitting in your chair. You can lower the lights. Use eye pillows, whatever it is that helps you to relax a little bit more in your Shavasana. Mindfulness meditation is about surrender rather than demand. It is not about forcing things to go our way. It is relaxing into the way things are. It's letting go. It's a time when we can rest in the presence of our breath, our body, and our emotions with a detached, kind, and gentle curiosity. And in doing so, we befriend our breath, our body, and our emotions. We befriend ourselves. Close your eyes. Begin to notice the breath. saying silently, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. As you follow the breath, you might notice warmth or coolness as it passes over the upper lip. After a little while, the out-breath may naturally extend as you begin to relax. Observe the breath as it moves down the diaphragm and then gently back up again. Set aside the focus on the breath and simply begin to notice the rise and fall of the abdomen, allowing the attention to ride and rest where it will. In your mind's eye, bring up an image of a mountain. And as you begin to pay attention to the mountain, you might notice its shape. It may be a small, wide mountain or a tall, narrow mountain. It doesn't matter, for as you look more closely at the mountain, you may have a sense of it being the most beautiful, graceful, and elegant mountain you have ever seen. And this mountain has a secret. It has been here since time began, and the mountain has been a witness to many things. As you observe the mountain, you might notice how the sun passes over it, creating pools of light and shadow. And as the sun sets, how it is gently illuminated by the soft glow of the moon. Each day passes in this way. The mountain does not judge the day or the night, does not prefer one to the other, does not cling to the heat of the sun or the coolness of the moon, does not pull or push. The mountain appreciates both sun and moon, day and night, with a simple yet immovable presence. And so it is with the seasons. As you observe the mountain, you might notice how the green leaves on the trees, rooted in its crags and crevices, bathed in the full sun of summer, begin to redden and wither and fall to the ground. In time, autumn transitions to winter. Now snow caps the top of the mountain and clouds descend. And the mountain is silent and still, with a wise strength that knows there is no need to fight the wind or repel the rain, and in this way remains free from pain and free from suffering, trusting in the rhythms of the seasons and waiting to emerge from behind those passing clouds as the frozen earth is caressed by the first rays of early spring sunshine. The mountain is patient and present to each moment. It knows there is no reason to hurry. The buds on the trees will unfold in their own time. And isn't it amazing how you can be an observer of the mountain and all its detail, moving in close to see the crags and crevices, the buds on the trees as they emerge, the little spring flowers bursting through the warming ground. And if you wish, you can travel in your imagination around to the other side of the mountain and see it for the very first time, as though seeing with new eyes, perhaps noticing how different it seems from this new perspective. And you can, If you wish, in your imagination, drift into the mountain, become the mountain, and have a sense of the mountain with its solid base, like your base of body parts touching the earth, resting firmly on the floor or the chair. We can all be like the mountain with its patience, trust, and acceptance. We can be a witness to our experience and see with new eyes. We can choose to let go of attachment and striving. We can set judgment aside and understand there are things we cannot control. We can accept times of darkness and winter chill. We can stay strong and steady. We can trust and wait for the sun to shine again. The mountains hold a secret. The air does not breathe. Water has no mind to swim. Snow is simply snow. With these last few moments of Shavasana, if your mind begins to wander, bring it back to the in and out of the breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And slowly make your way to your side. Lay on your side for 1 moment. Push yourself up when you're ready into a seated position. Take your hands to heart center. Thank yourself for coming. Thank your class participants for being here to support you. And everyone have a nice night and a nice week. And I will see you next week. We'll be doing 3 vinyasas next week. So enjoy and namaste. Thank you.